Hi there, my name is Jacob, and today I decided to start a devlog series for my game, The Fabric of the Mind. This game is a platformer, as you can see, but with a twist. You can stick to any wall and ceiling. It's meant to be a fairly difficult game, and I believe most people will struggle with challenges for a couple of minutes before finally beating them. Certain rooms may have one of these battery-looking things, and this represents the difficulty that you play on. There are 3 different difficulty settings in total: Story, Standard, and Pain. These settings can be changed at any point directly in the pause menu. I'm a big fan of how dying works in Celeste. No long animation, no life system, you fail, the level resets, and you try again. And that's exactly how I designed my game as well. This way there is no damage boosting, and it forces the player to really take note of their surroundings and possible dangers. Now, this may come as a surprise because most developers will actually start devlogs as soon as they start to see their game as a bigger project, as something that people might actually want to play. But I've actually been working on the game for multiple years now, almost 5 to be exact. The upside to that is that I actually have some content to show you, like different areas, different mechanics, etc. There isn't really a downside to only starting devlogs now, but I want you to keep in mind that this game is still far from done. I have complete prototypes of areas that come later in the game, but I'm in the midst of remaking a lot of these areas at the moment, as I've grown to be unhappy with their structure and especially with their boss fights. Most of that unhappiness with these later areas comes from the fact that I recently joined the Hollow Knight cult, and I got to experience beautifully designed areas with so much more character that my game just doesn't have. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm doing this just because I want to match Hollow Knight, because that is very unrealistic. It's because I believe in my game and I want to make sure that it is the best version it can be. Another great thing that finally pushed me to start writing devlogs is the fact that a friend from university has offered to partner up with me to create the soundtrack for the game. Most tracks are still work in progress, but the boss theme you heard at the beginning of the video is a pretty much finished track and a little taste of the more action-packed scenes. If you haven't already guessed by the black and white color scheme, the game's tone is pretty gloomy and somber, and the music will reflect that in most circumstances. Now, how do we continue from here? I will upload a short devlog every 2 weeks or so, just to keep you updated on the progress. In the meantime, you can throw any questions or ideas that you have into the comments, and I will try my best to answer them. If you're still here, I assume that you are interested in the game at least a little bit, and if you feel like it, you can visit the Steam page of The Fabric of the Mind and wishlist the game. That way you'll get notified when I eventually release it, and I get a little bit of visibility from the Steam algorithm. Now, thank you for your time, and I look forward to take you along on this ride.